Hey there, my name is Claire Maxwell at Embodied Learning Systems, and today's video is about, hey, does it hurt your shoulder to raise your arms? Do you have shoulder pain? Are you able to enjoy the movement of raising your arms? I sure hope so. This is going to be a little bit more of a explorasize video than a exercise video, but I'll try to keep it simple. So first of all, there's a couple of things that make it much more difficult to raise your arms, like misconceptions about how we can support that reaching, which is a really basic human movement, right? So the first misconception is that to support our body, we need to knit together in the front body, because we're looking at the activity of reaching, which is very specific. And what we want to do is first locate your shoulder joints, which is only one of the places that move when you reach. So if you can, it may be hard for you to touch them, but you can find your shoulder blade, the top of your shoulder blade. Your shoulder joint is kind of in the back there. So if you knit your stomach together, what's actually happening is you're changing the position of your shoulder joint, and you're pulling it forward and down, and that makes it harder to reach. So it's like you've got the opposite direction going at the top of the joint. The second misconception is that we actually need to pull our shoulder blades back and kind of push them down, or somehow position them actually in any way. So you may not have those as conscious ideas, but if you look at, well, when I reach my arms, what do I actually do? You might notice that you have unconsciously taken these ideas on because they're just really popular. So take a risk with me, let go of them, and just let the forward curve of your lumbar spine be. And I want to just show you my skeleton here to show you how round the rib cage is, and how the shoulder blade itself is round, and it slides around your rib cage to facilitate movement of your hands. So let's just begin with a fun exploration of making a slight cup shape with your hand, and just begin to arc and move this round shape anywhere you like in space, and begin to sense into your shoulder blade in your back, and put together the rotational movement of the back of your hand. I'm just going to turn around and keep doing this kind of sliding movement, and begin to feel how your shoulder blades arc and circle. So even this kind of movement, what's happening with your shoulder blade there is that the top of your shoulder blade is kind of sliding together, but the bottom of your shoulder blade is sliding around your ribs and to the back. And I want you to feel into this outward rotation. of the whole structure of your arm. So, like a gesture to receive, and let there be this forward arc of your lower back. And I hope what you can see is that there's a kind of a roundness and backwards curve to my ribs, and that my shoulder blades are rooted in that. So I don't need to push them down because they have their own weight, and there's plenty of muscles keeping them there. And so I'm just going to get a bouncing going so I can feel the ground. And I've got the support for my torso coming up through my feet, through my knees, through my hips, and up through my spine, the forward curve of my lumbar spine, and the backwards curve of my thoracic spine, and then there's my head on top of that. And then just begin to play with rotation as you reach, rotating thumb this way, and then little finger this way, and then thumb, and then little finger, and thumb, and then little finger, and until you're slightly above your shoulder joint, and just see how that feels to let your upper arm rotate slightly inwards, which widens your shoulder blades around the middle of your rib cage. And so your rib cage is like supporting your reach, and you really have to let your lumbar spine extend to support that. And your ribs will move also. So see what that's like. And then bring your hands down. And if you didn't get as high as I got, that's fine. So I'm just going to suggest, as you go to your exercise classes or reach for things in your space, that you begin to notice, have I rotated my arm this way? Or can I let the inside of my elbow come forward? Because this rotation is a downward rotation, and it's going to pull your shoulder girdle down. So first we have the support of our body for the gesture, and then we have the appropriate rotation. And there's lots of choices, but I'm going to say this again, this is an outward rotation of your arm, even though your elbows might be coming a little bit more together. So try it and see if it doesn't just feel better in your arms and your shoulders, because reaching should actually feel good. Okay, I hope that's helpful. Peace and love. Thanks for watching.